Coach, just talk about where the guys are and where you're at just a week out from first game.
No, we had two good scrimmages. I think that the encouraging thing for me was that we were better in our second one than we were in our first. And then you have a unique team to prepare for. Samford is kind of a hard game to play because of the fact that they play such a different style. So everything that you basically have taught through preseason kind of goes out the window now because of the fact that they run, that Princeton style with back cuts, and their fives play away from the basket, and their best post-up players are their guards, and they're such a unique team to kind of prepare for. The same thing for them, defensively. They play like a 3-2 matchup where they switch everything. Last year we ended up taking 33 threes in that game, which I thought was a negative, but I don't believe that we can beat them if we go down there and do that on their floor. So we've got our hands full for kind of a different kind of a team in terms of style of play.
One of the things I remember though is that I think you guys are pretty athletic, a lot more athletic than they were last year. Is that something you can take advantage of?
Yeah, if you can get into the gaps on their defense. One of the things that they play in a real good conference, and everybody that plays against them will tell you that at times your athleticism can work to your disadvantage because of the way they space the floor and back cut you so much. We have to be disciplined at the defensive end, and then let our athleticism kind of help us. Then it does help you. You just can't get trapped in to coming down and making one or two passes and just launching threes, because you constantly have the sense that you're open because they're backing off you all the time. So, hopefully our athleticism will definitely help us in terms of being able to keep them in front of us. But in the same breath, we can't be undisciplined in terms of our athleticism, or you're just going to get back cut and give up layups.
What do you like best about what the team is doing, how it's performing right now?
I think our experience has shown, and obviously last year at this time we were sitting around saying, asking yourself a question, what do you have? Now you're looking at it with, knowing your answers. I think our backcourt is solid in Blake and KP. I think, your inside game is solid with Damian and Deshaun. So, Jim, we're not a whole lot different in terms of the fact that we're going to shoot a lot of threes. We're going to play, in games where we're going to try to push the tempo, and we're probably a little bit too much of a jump shooting team right now than I would like us to be. I think we have to get the ball in the block. I think we have to play off the center of the floor a little bit more than our two scrimmages indicated. And I think that's a concern. But again, I hate to sound redundant, but all that stuff kind of goes out the window in a game like this. We won't play anybody all year that you have to prepare for like these guys, because of their style of play is so unique and so different. I think we're fortunate that it's our first game, and that you haven't played 4 or 5 games, and then you have to go in and try to prepare all different defensive concepts and what you're playing. You can't hug, you can't be on the help side over them because they shoot the three so well. They're just a different kind of team to prepare for.
How about your team defense? How do you feel?
We're better. Yeah, we're better defensively. I think we've guarded in our two scrimmages. We've guarded really well, but again, it's a different deal. These guys are going to end up. One of their guards last year, one of their 1s or 2s, they ended up taking 12 foul shots and got our guards in trouble because their best post-up players are their 2s and their 3s and the backup point guard. That's different. We spent the day today trying to get our guys to understand how important it is for 5 guys to play post defense. Joe?
Oh yeah, I mean, obviously you're confident in your starting lineup, but you know, there's a couple new reserves, Fletcher and Josh. You know, either didn't play or didn't play very much last year.
Hasn't gone as great as I had hoped, to be honest with you. I mean, Sean and Fletch and Josh. I thought we'd be a little bit further along than we are with them right now. Our reserves or our backups are a major concern for me. Guys that have played best are our two freshmen, in DJ and Cal Zeiker. Our other guys, as I said to them today, they got to improve quick. You know, as you know, you all of a sudden you go in there and you're on the road and bam, you got some foul trouble. Those guys are going to have to play a significant amount of important minutes for us, and we clearly have to do a better job. Those guys clearly have to play better.